time for some more backtracking, and no, I'm not procrastinating here. It's just because today is Thursday, and one of the day siblings is out on Route 36 to pass out, I don't remember which item. I know it's one of those type boosting ones. But yeah, this is going to be the last video I make until the Speed Gamer's Mother Marathon. So don't expect anything new until, at the very least, next Tuesday. So this one's Arthur of Thursday, and man, this one is a man of a few words compared to that chatty Tuscany. So this is the Hardstone, which boosts Rock-type moves by 10%, 20 in the 4th generation, as I said before, and right now I don't have any Rock-type moves, and I don't plan on having any until after I beat the Elite Four. So you could say that Hardstone right now, that Hardstone right now, it's as useful as tits on a Carnivine. It's as simple as that. So now that I've taken that item, it's time to finally head off to Route 32 and make my way to the Union Cave. And, you know, I got to thinking, with Hard Gold and Soul Silver, well, everyone's gonna have their shiny Gyarados again. But the big difference here is that it's going to be actually usable! No more of that 60 special attack garbage from Generation 2. Here you can give it Waterfall, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Dragon Dance, you name it, it's got it. So expect a lot of shiny Gyaradoses in the game, and they are really going to have very little value unless you can prove that they have been caught elsewhere than the Lake of Rage. If you've encountered a shiny Magikarp, for example, on Route 222, well, it's good for you. So I just got the Miracle Seed, which is yet another type boosting item I don't need. I guess I could use it on Bellsprout, but really I'm not planning to use Vine Whip on anything. If anything, I'm gonna use Flash and Kamikaze attacks, like the one I did against Blue's Charmander with that Spearow in my Pokemon Red LP, but other than that, no, I'm not going to touch that Bellsprout, though I might need to level it up a bit in the Union Cave if I actually wanted to be able to survive any sort of hit. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. But back to Heart Gold and Soul Silver, another thing I thought of is that, you know, while the value of Chikorita and Cyndaquil hasn't gone up very much since the Gold, Silver, and Crystal days, well, Totodile actually got a lot better with that physical special split, so now you might actually be tempted to pick it as a starter. But then again, this raises the question, do you really want your starter to be a member of the most stacked type in the entire game? There are so many good water types that having a Totodile to accompany them would just seem like overkill, and it would be almost a better idea to pick one of the other two, even though they're vastly inferior. Personally, I call this Toronto Blue Jays syndrome because of the fact that, well, the Blue Jays could be good at any given season, but the fact that they're stuck in the same division as the Red Sox and the Yankees, well, it almost dooms them from the start. Keyword being almost, because right now they're leading their division, but let's see how long it lasts, okay? And if you're watching this in November and the Blue Jays won the World Series, well then feel free to scratch that. But anyway, there's something I forgot to mention, and that is my strategy for taking on trainers in Route 32. What I'm gonna do is have Quilava as my lead, and I'm going to take on every wild Pokemon with it. I'm also going to take on the first Pokemon of every trainer with it, but if I see someone I think I can beat with Gastly after that, like this one has only one Pokemon, but if she had more than one and it was another female Nidoran, well, I know female Nidorans couldn't attack my Gastly, so I would switch to Gastly for the second one, and then I would lick the night away. And for the Union Cave, it's the reverse that I'm gonna do. I'm going to put Gastly in the lead, and if I see anything I don't like, such as a wild Zubat, for example, I am going to back off and bring back a Quilava. And by the way, something that Gastly can beat is defined as a non-normal Pokemon which isn't immune to Lick, that uses nothing but normal moves. Or fighting maybe, but you see the paradox there? I want non-normal types to use normal moves. Stuff like Bellsprout and Goldeen and Wooper, well, I'm screwed. They use something else than normal type moves. And stuff like Rattata and Pidgey, well, they use normal type moves, and Pidgey doesn't learn Gust until level 9, I think, but those guys are also normal types, so I can't even hurt them with my Gastly. I need Quilava to do the job. And here we have Fisherman, which surely means there's going to be Magikarps, which Gastly can naturally take down. And here we go, first Magikarp, so I'm just going to take it out with Quilava, and if there's any other Magikarp, I'm gonna let the Gastly do the job. So while I am doing that, I might as well mention that I was discussing the possibility of having move tutors in Hard Gold and Soul Silver with the crew over at Libeldra, and well, basically the conclusion that I've come to is that there are 3 moves among the TMs that were in Gold, Silver, Crystal that aren't TMs or tutors anymore, that only 3 moves that could be somewhat interesting. At least somewhat interesting, I mean. And 2 of these are Zap Cannon and Dynamic Punch, but these are more like, if you want them sort of moves. They're not going to overshadow anything like Focus Punch or Brick Break or Thunderbolt, of course, but other than these 2, the big one is, oh, level 15 Magikarp! Whoa, I didn't expect that. I've got a level disadvantage here. Oh, and it's going to be a long fight. Have you seen how much damage I did with a single lick? Oh my god! This is going to be the longest it ever takes anyone to beat a Magikarp, and I am dead serious. Here comes the world record! But I guess this is as good an opportunity as it gets to finish up my banter. As I was about to say, the biggest opportunity for a move tutor in Hard Gold and Soul Silver would be Curse. Now the thing about Curse in Gold, Silver, Crystal is that it was universal. Everything could get it, except for stuff like Caterpie and Magikarp, and you get the idea. But other than that, everything could get it. Now, add Curse to everyone's move pool right now. There are so many guys who could take advantage of Curse in a very beneficial way that it's not even funny. I wouldn't say we would have a revolution, but certainly an evolution, because, well, as I said, so much stuff could use it that, well, I don't know exactly how it would impact the game, and finally the Magikarp goes down. I'm gonna have to look back and see how many licks it took for that Magikarp to go down. But perhaps more worrying than the amount of hits is the fact that it never tried to tackle me. Does that mean that the trained Geodudes that are in the Union Cave will only spam Defense Curl? Because if that's the case, then that Magikarp fight was actually a very, very short battle. Well, at the very least, I won this one, so that is going to be the end of this video. So remember, thespeedgamers.com, 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday. I'll be there, and so should you.